Hello and welcome to Boots to Reboots. While I was out burying that dead cable guy out in the woods, I was attacked and bitten by some animal, and woke up several weeks later with an idea.
We should dissolve the bodies in acid?
It's not a bad idea, but no, that there was an unrated remake of The Wolfman on my list, so let's see if this remake of the Universal Monster Classic deserves the boot. Wow, Universal really needs to update their logo. The remake opens with the old gypsy woman, Mileva, reciting a familiar poem.
Milk, milk, lemonade, around the corner fudge is made.
It fits, but no, that even a man who is pure of heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright. Kind of like tonight. On a moonlit stroll through the Blackmore Woods, Ben Talbot is killed because Hollywood producers demand that someone be killed in the opening scene.
Kill the day player!
Kill the day player! Gwen Conliffe from the antique store in the original is now Ben's fiancée.
Widow.
Gwen goes and visits Ben's brother Lawrence, who is now a critically acclaimed Shakespearean actor. Benicio, in this movie, you play someone who is a great actor, was preparing for the part difficult? Gwen informs Larry that Ben disappeared a month ago, conveniently just in time for another full moon. So Lawrence returns to Blackmore, bumping into Father Merrin, who tries to give him the iconic wolf cane.
I'm afraid I must refuse it.
Just take the damn prop or the fans will be pissed. Larry is reunited with his estranged father, Sir John Talbot, played by a quirky Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Lo and behold, the prodigal son returns. I hope you're not expecting a fatted calf.
Oh, that's okay. I'll settle for a bloated goat. Lawrence then visits his brother's body.
He looks so natural.
At the local pub, Lawrence overhears the locals discussing a similar murder 25 years ago, and a werewolf was the suspect.
Whatever did it was big, had claws, and didn't mind a load of buckshot.
They blame the local gypsies, even calling Sir John's dead wife a Gyppo whore queen.
She was a Gyppo whore queen or some such, wasn't she?
A queen? How dare you insult royalty?
Yeah, you don't insult a man's mother.
Get him out of my cabin,
So in the remake, Larry is part gypsy?
I thought he was tanned for an Englishman.
That night, Lawrence has a flashback to his mother's death. Hey, an Invisible Man cameo.
Mother? Oh no, she nicked herself shaving.
After witnessing his mother's suicide, a young Lawrence spent 1 year in a mental hospital for delusions. Lawrence's quest leads him to Mileva at the gypsy camp, which is then raided because the townspeople believe the killer is a dancing bear.
There was evidence of murder and the Macarena.
We know what's been going on. Nonsense. He dances.
The CG bear looks like crap anyway.
Evil Andy's still mad because before they changed it, he played the bear that raped Leonardo DiCaprio in The Revenant.
It was deemed too sexy for cinema. I was gonna be Leo's honey bear.
Suddenly, the werewolf attacks!
What happened?
It's the devil! The devil!
The devil? Where's Father Merrin when you need him? Larry gives chase and is bitten by the creature before it runs off.
I guess the wolf isn't a fan of Hispanic food.
The gypsy woman Mileva saves Larry despite pleas to let him die. Mileva refuses, saying that he's still a man and can only be killed by a loved one. Why was there a picture of Gwen just now when I said loved one? There it is again. One nightmare montage later, Lawrence recovers from his injury quicker than John Cena.
Whoa, it all makes perfect sense. Cena is the creature of the night.
A week ago, I would have said you'd never use that arm again.
And now?
He'll be doing the five-knuckle shuffle in no time.
Inspector Abeline, played by Hugo Weaving, arrives to investigate the recent murders and suspects Lawrence is responsible because he watched the original movie.
Weren't you in charge of the Ripper case a couple years back?
Don't worry, Larry. He never catches his man.
What they really need is a dog catcher.
I'm not your enemy, Mr. Talbot.
You can tell it took every fiber of his being not to say Mr. Anderson. Lawrence then sends Gwen away because I'm not sure if he wants to kiss her or eat her.
Reminds me of this new app called Tinder.
How so?
It delivers food right to the house.
That night, Larry follows his father to his mother's crypt.
I can't tell if that's a mausoleum or the basement of Chuck E. Cheese.
Look to my eyes, Lawrence. You see, I'm quite dead.
He's a zombie.
No. This is where the remake's plot deviates from the original. Instead of Bella, Sir John is the werewolf. That backstabber locks himself up while Lawrence undergoes his first transformation into the Wolfman.
Oh, it looks painful.
At least the original Larry got to sit down.
Oh God, someone gave him a horrible pedicure.
I always found it funny that no matter what Larry was wearing, the Wolfman always appeared in a dark dress shirt and pants.
Even Wolfmans gotta look nice when they go out at night.
The Wolfman runs off towards some hunters who are using a stag as bait.
Got him, man!
I've been enticed by a stag, but that was a stag film.
Yeah, none of the hunters survive.
It sure is gorier.
The next day, the police arrest a bloody and confused Larry.
Terrible things, Lawrence. You've done terrible things.
Somebody peed on all the fire hydrants. The werewolf nonsense lands Larry in the same asylum he was committed to as a child where he is treated.
The Ice Bucket Challenge was so 2014.
You call that torture? I watched 3 episodes of Fuller House.
Yeah, I changed so many of Michelle's diapers. I feel like there were 2 of her.
So much canned laughter. Now I'm just watching because of her boobs. Caught in my hair! Every part of me hurts. I'm giving birth to hate!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Larry then has some more nightmares and hallucinations.
Dost thou think Alexander looked at his fashion in the earth?
1, 2, 4,
Look into my eyes, Lawrence. You see I'm quite dead.
Beautiful fucking tits!
And then you notice about 6 huge cherry tits.
Uh-huh. And why do the jump scares always come in 2s?
Sir John visits and explains that he was bitten and infected by a feral boy while on a hunting trip in India.
I can relate. I once ate Indian food and got diarrhea.
Lawrence realizes that his own father killed and ate his mother and brother.
So that's why their bodies smell like fava beans and Chianti.
During a full moon, Dr. Honegger conducts a lecture to prove that Lawrence is only a werewolf in his mind.
Doctor!
Evil Andy, what are you doing?
It's a lecture. I'm taking notes.
Pursued by Aberline, the Wolfman goes on a London rampage. Who knew that there was a high risk of a werewolf attack while riding a double-decker bus?
They should really warn the passengers before they get on.
What better way to enjoy the highlights of London than by bus? Enjoy the capital's iconic sights, both old and new. Big Ben, the Houses of Parliament, London Bridge falling down, Buckingham Palace.
Enjoy the classic Red Bus Tour! Only £19.
Please note that the tour may be subject to change due to operational reasons and, on occasion, werewolves.
Ah yeah, that's your money shot right there! The remake then remembered that Gwen worked at an antique shop, so Larry goes there for help.
Oh, your breath! Somebody's been licking their crotch.
Oh, it looks like they're falling in love.
If he humps her leg, I'm out of here. I'd watch it.
Aberline arrives and searches the place, suspicious of the wet dog smell.
Hobart!
Why does this movie have a statue of Michael Bay?
Lawrence returns to Talbot Hall and finds Singh's mutilated body.
Now who will scoop up Sir John's poop from the yard?
Father and son exchange words before transforming into werewolves and kicking each other's hairy ass!
I thought doggy fights were illegal.
Not in 1890. I got $20 on the main character.
It's a little silly and over the top, but I got to see Hannibal Lecter as a werewolf. That's kinda cool. Eventually, Larry becomes top dog and avenges his mother and brother. Anthony Hopkins' Sir John is quite the contrast from the loving father in the original, played by Claude Rains.
He was also in The Invisible Man, but you probably didn't recognize him because of the sunglasses.
At first, I didn't like the change, but now I do. Flipping the Sir John character changed half the movie and made the remake less predictable. Sir John killed Larry, now Larry kills Sir John. Gwen and Aberline arrive and are attacked. Gwen runs off with Aberline's pistol and silver bullets while he becomes a chew toy. Cornered at the waterfall, Gwen pleads with Larry to recognize her.
If only she had a tennis ball.
What? You know me, remember me, look at me.
Oh wait, try rubbing his belly.
The creature hesitates, giving Gwen just enough time to set him free.
Ah, right in the lycanthropy!
Lawrence reverts to human form, thanks Gwen, and dies in her arms.
Silly girl, the only way to kill the Wolfman is a poor opening weekend.
Aberline arrives with the hunters, looks up at the moon, and realizes his fate.
He'll never be in the sequel.
This remake went through development hell. There were numerous rewrites, reshoots, re-edits, delays, and director Joe Johnston signed on just weeks before shooting began. That's why he used CGI for the transformations, because there wasn't enough time to create new practical effects.
What the fuck?
Despite the troubled production, mixed reviews, and poor performance at the box office, it's not the disaster I was expecting. Although I understand why, special effects artist Rick Baker not being able to do the transformations is a crime because he created probably the best werewolf transformation ever. Overall, I'm happy with Baker's Wolfman makeup, and he pays great homage to Jack Pierce's work. Thank God the Wolfman wasn't entirely CGI. Del Toro is okay as Lawrence Talbot, but he could have been a little bit more charming.
He'll always be the dog-faced boy from Big Top Pee-wee.
I'm gonna take a bite out of that Bratz she doesn't get over here now.
Lon Chaney Jr. is the better Wolfman because I felt more sympathy for him. Look at him, look at that sad face, just let the sad man die. Also, for contrast, we needed to see Larry happy before the curse, because he's already a bummer when we meet him. However, I do appreciate that Del Toro is a Wolfman fan, and this was a passion project. So does the remake of The Wolfman deserve the boot? No. While I do agree with some of the criticisms, I don't hate this remake. Instead of teenagers, we get a mature, talented cast. If you don't like Anthony Hopkins' performance, just remember that he doesn't give a damn what you think. The remake takes the plot from the original, expands upon the mother and brother, flips the father relationship, and tones down the love story so it doesn't feel as forced. Rewatch the original. Gwen is taken, but Larry is straight up creepin'.
See you at 8.
No.
How about tonight?
No.
He'll always have the telescope.
Look out, Larry! Full moon tonight!
The Victorian setting, atmosphere, production design, and Rick Baker's effects are great. It pays homage to the original while becoming its own thing, which is what every remake should do. Therefore, the 2010 remake of The Wolfman is safe. This has been Boots to Reboots. Thanks for...
Hair! I'm becoming a man!
Damn it. I think we have to go to the hospital.
Why, Evil Andy?
Because whatever bit him has riddled his mind with rabies.
Well, that explains the anxiety, foaming at the mouth, and hallucinations.
Hey, asshole, wanna go for a ride?
Hello everyone, I didn't know where to include this in the review, so this is a tacked-on bonus. While doing research on the Wolfman, I found something that I wanted to share. I didn't know this, maybe you don't know this, but I found it interesting. It's important to remember when the original Wolfman came out. In 1941, during World War II. The original screenwriter was from Germany, and the Wolfman was influenced by his experiences. It's the story of a man whose life is thrown into chaos, and he's a man on the run, whether it be from the Nazis or the curse. It also turns out that the Wolfman is a metaphor for a Nazi soldier, an otherwise regular person who is transformed into a vicious killer whose victims are marked. Jews had to wear the Star of David, while the Wolfman's victims bear the pentagram. So as they say, write what you know.